Kemi didn't sleep. She lay in bed staring at the ceiling while Zainab's breathing eventually evened out across the room. Or maybe Zainab was pretending to sleep too. Maybe they were both just lying there in the dark, waiting for morning, waiting for the inevitable collapse. Kemi's phone buzzed every 20 minutes, messages piling up like debris after a flood. Her mother, "Kemi, I'm waiting for your reply. We need that money." Her boyfriend, "Why aren't you responding? My mother is asking questions." A classmate she barely knew, "Hey, someone's saying you're on some YouTube channel. Is that true?" She turned her phone face down and pulled the blanket over her head. By 6 a.m., she gave up on sleep entirely. She grabbed her towel and toiletries and slipped out to the bathroom before Zainab woke up. She couldn't face her, not yet, maybe not ever. The cold water from the tap shocked her system awake. She scrubbed her skin raw, trying to wash off the feeling of being exposed, being seen, being used. But no amount of soap could touch the violation sitting heavy in her chest. When she came back to the room, Zainab was awake, sitting on her bed, waiting. "We need to talk," Zainab said. "No, we don't." Kemi grabbed her bag, started shoving books inside without looking at what she was taking. "Kemi, shh, I'm going to class. Don't be here when I get back." "I live here too." Kemi froze, hand gripping her bag so tight her knuckles went white. "Then I'll move out." "And go where?" Zainab's voice was maddeningly calm. "You can't afford another room. You can barely afford to eat." The truth of it made Kemi want to scream. She spun around, eyes blazing. Don't you dare throw my poverty in my face after what you did." "I'm not throwing it in your face. I'm stating facts." Zainab stood, crossing her arms. "You're angry, I get it. But running away doesn't solve anything. People are already talking. That message you got last night, it's not going to be the last one. Because of you." "Yes, because of me." Zainab didn't even have the decency to look ashamed anymore. "But it's happening now whether you like it or not. So we can either sit here blaming each other or we can figure out how to handle it." Kemi laughed, a sharp, broken sound. "Handle it? How do you handle your entire life being broadcast to strangers?" "You take control of the story before someone else does. By making a video, by admitting it's me," Kemi shook her head violently. "That's not control, that's suicide. It's honesty. It's destruction." Zainab took a step closer, her voice dropping. "What exactly are you so afraid of destroying, Kemi? A relationship that makes you miserable? A family that only calls when they need money? A future where you sacrifice everything and still end up empty?" "You don't get to analyze my life," Kemi cracked. "You don't get to tell me what I should be afraid of losing when you are the one who put it all at risk." "I'm not analyzing, I'm asking." Zainab's eyes were too knowing, too steady. "What would actually happen if everyone knew the truth?" Kemi opened her mouth to answer, but the words caught in her throat. Because she'd asked herself that question 1,000 times in the dark. What if my mother knew I was barely surviving? What if my boyfriend knew I fantasized about disappearing? What if everyone knew the perfect put-together Kemi they saw was a carefully constructed lie? The answer always came back the same. They'd be disappointed. They'd be angry. They'd demand explanations I don't have. But beneath that, quieter, more terrifying, maybe they'd finally see me, the real me, and maybe that would be worse than anything. "I would lose everything," Kemi whispered. "Or," Zainab said gently, "you would lose nothing that was real to begin with." Kemi's vision blurred with tears. "I hate you. I know. I hate that you're making me think about this. I know that too." Kemi wiped her eyes roughly. "Show me." "Show you what?" "Everything. All the videos. I want to see exactly what you put out there." Zainab hesitated for just a moment, then nodded. She grabbed her laptop, opened it, and pulled up the channel. They sat side by side on Zainab's bed, close but not touching, the laptop between them like a barrier. Zainab scrolled through the videos, clicking on each one. Kemi watched her own life play out in fragments. The girl who couldn't say no to her family. About the time her younger brother called crying because he got suspended for unpaid fees and she sent her last 5,000 naira, even though she hadn't eaten in 2 days. When love feels like a cage, about her relationship, the suffocating expectations, the way her boyfriend touched her like he already owned her. The daughter who became the parent, about her father's breakdown, the way he stopped being a father and became another child she had to take care of from a distance. Each video was between 8 and 12 minutes. Each one was meticulously edited with soft background music, emotional pacing, strategic pauses. And each one had millions of views. Kemi felt sick, but she also felt something else, something she didn't want to name: recognition. Because Zainab had gotten it right. Every emotional beat, every moment of desperation, every silent scream. The stories weren't exploitative in the way she had expected. They weren't sensationalized or dramatized. They were just true. Painfully, brutally true. The comments, Kemi said quietly. Let me see the comments. Zainab pulled up the most recent video, the one about being the family's last hope. The comment section was thousands deep. Kemi scrolled. I'm 25 and I've been the family ATM since I graduated. This hit so hard. My father gambled everything away too. I thought my family was the only one. I'm getting married next month to a man I don't love because my mother says it's the only way out. I don't know what to do. Please, keep making these videos. You are saving lives. I was ready to give up until I found your channel. Kemi's hands trembled. She kept scrolling. And then she saw it. A comment from 2 days ago pinned at the top by Zainab. To everyone sharing their stories in the comments, you are not alone. You are not broken. You are surviving impossible situations with grace and strength. Your pain is valid. Your choices are valid. And you deserve better than the cards you were dealt. It had 12,000 likes. Kemi looked at Zainab. You pinned this? Zainab's voice was quiet. I pinned one on every video. People need to share it. Do you actually believe it? Zainab met her eyes. Yes. Even though you're profiting off their pain, you're profiting off their need to feel seen. There's a difference. Is there? Kemi's voice was sharp. Zainab was quiet for a long moment. Then she clicked on a folder buried in her desktop. She opened another video file. Not polished, not edited, just raw phone footage. The video started with Zainab's face, exhausted, makeup-free, eyes red. This is my story, video Zainab said quietly, the one I'll never upload. Kemi watched transfixed as Zainab laid herself bare. She talked about the marriage her mother arranged for when she was 16, the man who was 47, the way her family celebrated like they'd won a lottery while she locked herself in the bathroom and screamed into a towel. She talked about running away 3 days before the wedding, sleeping in bus stations, begging for food, finally making it to a women's shelter that helped her apply for university. She talked about the guilt, the crushing, suffocating guilt of saving herself while her siblings stayed trapped. She talked about her mother's voice on the phone, cold and furious. You are selfish. You destroyed this family. Don't ever come back. And then she talked about the channel. I started it because I needed money, Zainab said quietly, voice breaking. But I kept doing it because for the first time in my life, my pain meant something. It helped people. It made them feel less alone. And maybe that makes me selfish too. Maybe I'm just using other people's trauma to justify my own. But I don't know how else to survive this. The video ended. The room was silent. Kemi's chest felt too tight. She couldn't look at Zainab. Why didn't you upload it? Because it's too raw, too identifiable. If I put that out there, my family would find me, and I can't let them find me. But you had no problem putting my story out there. I changed enough details. I thought it would be safe. You thought wrong. I know I did. Kemi stood up, pacing again. Her mind was spinning, thoughts colliding, emotions tangling until she couldn't tell rage from empathy, betrayal from understanding. You said we're the same, Kemi said finally. We're not. I never hurt anyone. You're hurting yourself every single day. Zainab's voice was fierce now. You're slowly disappearing into everyone else's needs. That's a different kind of violence, Kemi, and it's no less real. At least I'm not a hypocrite, Kemi span to face her. At least I'm not preaching about other people deserving better while I exploit them. You are right, Zainab stood too, eyes blazing. I am a hypocrite. I am a survivor doing whatever it takes to keep surviving. And you know what? So are you. You just use martyrdom instead of money. Same goal, different method. The words hit like a punch. Kemi wanted to deny it, wanted to scream that it wasn't true, that she was nothing like Zainab, that there was a fundamental difference between sacrifice and exploitation. But the protests died in her throat. Because maybe Zainab was right. Maybe they were both just girls who learned to monetize their pain in different currencies.
Zainab traded stories for dollars. Kemi traded her happiness for approval. Both transactions left them empty. I don't know what you want from me, Kemi whispered. I want you to stop pretending you're okay. Zainab's voice softened. I want you to stop sacrificing yourself for people who don't even see you. I want you to be as angry at them as you are at me. I can't. Why not? Because they are my family. The words burst out of Kemi like a dam breaking. Because my mother is drowning and my father is broken and my brother needs me. And if I stop holding them up, they'll fall and it'll be my fault. It's not your fault that they are struggling, but it's my responsibility to fix it. Says who? Kemi opened her mouth, closed it, opened it again. Everyone, my mother, my culture, God, I don't know, everyone. Everyone except you. Zainab took a step closer. What do you want, Kemi? Not your mother, not your boyfriend, not your family. You. What do you want? The question hung in the air like a challenge. Kemi's mind went blank. Because she didn't know. She'd spent so long being what everyone needed her to be that she'd forgotten she was allowed to want anything for herself. I don't know, Kemi whispered. Then maybe it's time to find out. Kemi's phone buzzed again. She looked down. A message from an unknown number. Hey, this might sound crazy, but I think you're the girl from that YouTube channel, Untold. I'm in your department. I just wanted to say, I get it. My family is going through something similar. If you ever want to talk, I'm here. You're not alone. Kemi stared at the message. Then another one came through. Different number. I don't know if this is you, but if it is, thank you. Your story helped me leave a relationship I thought I couldn't escape. You're braver than you know. Another. Girl, if this is really you, just know half the girls on this campus are going through the same thing. You are not the only one. We see you. Kemi's hand shook as message after message poured in. Some were invasive, some were kind, some were from people trying to confirm her identity. But others were from girls saying, me too, I understand, you are not alone. It's spreading, Kemi said, voice hollow. Zainab looked at the phone. Yes. What do I do? You decide who gets to tell your story, them or you. Kemi's breath came short and shallow. The walls were closing in, the decision looming. And then her phone rang. Her mother's name flashed on the screen. Kemi stared at it, heart pounding. If she answered, she'd have to lie, pretend everything was fine, send money she didn't have, promise things she couldn't deliver. If she didn't answer, the calls would keep coming. The guilt would compound. The pressure would build until she broke. There was no good choice. There never was. The phone kept ringing. Zainab watched her, silent. And Kemi realized with sudden startling clarity that this moment, right here, right now, was the real choice. Not whether to make a video, not whether to forgive Zainab, not whether to expose herself or stay hidden. The real choice was simpler and more terrifying. Keep living for everyone else or finally start living for herself. The phone stopped ringing. Voicemail. Kemi looked at Zainab. If we do this, if we make a video, what happens after? I don't know, Zainab said honestly, but at least it will be on our terms. Our terms, Kemi repeated. The words felt foreign, dangerous, intoxicating. She thought about her mother's disappointment, her boyfriend's anger, the whispers on campus, the shame her family would feel. And then she thought about the comments. The girls saying, "Me too," the strangers finding courage in her story. She thought about spending the rest of her life being small, being quiet, being good. And something inside her, something that had been silent for so long, finally whispered, "Enough." "Okay," Kemi said. Zainab's eyes widened. "Okay?" "We make the video together. We tell the truth." Kemi's voice shook, but it was steady underneath. "But on one condition." "What condition?" "You give me half." Zainab blinked. "Half of what?" "Everything. The money, the channel, the control." Kemi's eyes were hard now, determined. For a long moment, Zainab just stared at her. Then, slowly, she smiled. Not a happy smile, a knowing one. "Deal." They shook hands, and in that moment, something shifted. The betrayal didn't disappear. The hurt didn't vanish. The violation was still there, sharp and real. But beneath it all, something else emerged. Partnership, born from pain, built on ugly truths. Two girls who'd been drowning separately, now holding each other afloat in the wreckage. It wasn't forgiveness, it wasn't friendship, but it was something. And for now, that had to be enough. They spent 3 hours planning the video. Zainab set up her ring light, while Kemi rehearsed what she wanted to say. Every few minutes, one of them would question whether they were really doing this. But Kemi's phone kept buzzing. More messages, more speculation. The choice was already made.
Okay, let's do it. I'm right here.
"We don't show our faces," Kemi said for the 3rd time. Agreed, Zainab adjusted the camera. "Just our voices. And we're honest, completely honest. About everything?" Kemi swallowed hard. About everything. They sat side by side, just their hands visible in the shot. Zainab pressed record. Kemi took a breath. "My name is not important. What matters is that I'm the girl from the
Ready for
stories.
this? Yeah,
The
a little
gambling
nervous.
father,
Me too, but we
the
got this.
arranged
Okay, let's
relationship,
record.
the family debt.
Ready for
It's
this?
me.
Yeah, a little nervous.
And I
Me too,
didn't
but
know
we
it
got
was
this.
being
Okay,
shared
let's
until
record.
2 days ago."
Ready for this? Yeah, a little
Zainab's
nervous.
tone.
Me too, but we got this.
Everything
Okay,
she's
let's
saying
record.
is true. I
Ready for
listened
this?
to her
Yeah, a little
struggles
nervous.
and
Me too,
turned
but
them
we
into
got this.
content.
Okay, let's record.
I made money
Hey
from her
everyone, I
trauma.
need to apologize.
I
I genuinely
violated
tried this
her
video without her
trust.
consent. It was wrong, and I'm so
But,
sorry.
Kemi said, voice wavering, "it's more complicated than that." They spent 20 minutes laying it bare. Kemi talked about her family. The father who gambled everything away. The mother who treated her like an ATM. The brother who blamed her for not doing enough. Her boyfriend who made decisions for her like she was a child. Zainab talked about her own story. The arranged marriage at 16, the escape, the guilt, and then the channel. "I was wrong," Zainab said, voice cracking. I was wrong to use her story without permission, but I also need you to understand. I was drowning. We were both drowning. Thousands of you have commented saying this is your story too. I've spent 2 days being angry that my private pain became public. But maybe the pain was never just mine to begin with. They talked about the pressure to be perfect daughters, the expectation to sacrifice everything. We're not making excuses, Kemi said firmly. What happened was a betrayal, but we're also not going to pretend the stories aren't real or that they didn't help people. This channel is now ours, equally, Zainab said. Nothing goes up without both of us approving it. And going forward, every story will be consensual, Kemi added. They ended simply. We're two imperfect girls trying to survive impossible situations. We hurt each other. We're trying to do better. And if our mess helps you feel less alone, then maybe something good can come from something broken. Zainab stopped recording. Are we really uploading this? Kemi whispered. Are we? Kemi thought about her mother, her boyfriend, the shame. Then the alternative, spending her life hiding, shrinking, pretending. Upload it. The video began processing. 47%, 68%, 89%.
It's at 100%. It's
There's
live.
no taking
No
this
going
back, Zainab said. I know.
It's at
100%
no going back.
published. For 4 minutes, nothing happened. Then comments flooded in. Oh my God, I can't believe you're actually addressing this. This is the bravest thing I've ever seen. So she was exploiting you and you're just okay with it now? Y'all are both messy, but at least you are being real. The view count climbed. 1,000, 5,000, 15,000. Kemi's phone exploded. Then the one she'd been dreading, her mother. Kemi, people are sending me a video. They're saying it's about our family. Call me now. Kemi's stomach dropped. Her phone rang, her mother's name flashing. Declined. Again, declined. A text. If you don't call me back right now, don't bother calling at all. Kemi felt sick, but she didn't call back. For the first time in her life, she didn't call back. Breathe, Zainab said. I can't. Yes, you can. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Slowly, Kemi's breathing evened out. Her boyfriend. My mother just called crying. She saw some video. She's saying you embarrassed her family. She wants the introduction cancelled. What the hell did you do? Kemi laughed, broken, hysterical. He's mad that I embarrassed them, not that I've been suffering. She typed, then cancel it. I never wanted it anyway. Hit send, blocked his number. Don't tell me I'm making a mistake, Kemi said, shaking. I probably will regret it, but right now I need to feel like I chose something. The video hit 500,000 views by morning, and for the first time in years, the unknown didn't terrify her. It almost felt like freedom. The morning after, Kemi woke to a different world. 3 hours of sleep. Her phone buzzing relentlessly where she'd thrown it. Zainab was already awake, laptop open, scrolling with an unreadable expression. How bad is it? Kemi asked. Bad. And also not bad. It's complicated. The video had 1.2 million views, 15,000 comments, 200,000 new subscribers, news coverage. Viral video exposes dark reality of family pressure among Nigerian students. But it wasn't just news. It was personal messages, hundreds, thousands.
Girls sharing their stories, women thanking them, some angry, some grateful. Kemi scrolled. I'm 26 years old and engaged to a man I don't love for 3 years. Your video gave me courage to say no. I've been sending money home while living on 1 meal a day. Thank you for making me feel less alone. But also, you two are disgusting, airing the family's business for clout. I hope your families disown you. You deserve it. Kemi closed the laptop. I can't read anymore. There's something else. Zena pulled up her banking app. The channel's revenue for the past 24 hours, $8,000. Half was Kemi's, $4,000, roughly 3.6 million naira. Enough to pay off her family's debt, enough to fix everything, or enough to walk away. Her phone had 17 missed calls from her mother, 12 from her brother, and 1 voicemail from a number she didn't recognize. A man's voice, professional. Hello, this is David Okafor. I am a literary agent in Lagos. I saw your video and would love to discuss potential book and media opportunities. Please call me back. Kemi and Zainab locked eyes. Did he just say book deal? Then Kemi's phone rang. Her mother. She answered. Hello, Mommy. Do you know what you've done? Yes. People have been calling me since yesterday asking about that video. Everyone knows. You've made us a laughingstock. I'm sorry you feel embarrassed, but I'm not sorry I told the truth. The truth? You made us sound like monsters. Mommy, when was the last time you asked me if I was okay? Kemi's voice shook. When was I your daughter and not just your solution? Silence. After everything we've done for you, this is how you repay us? I'm not trying to repay you. I'm trying to survive. By humiliating us? By being honest. I'm drowning, Mommy. I've been drowning for years. And every time I try to tell you, you just asked me to send more money. Because we need it. Daddy is an adult who made choices that hurt all of us. I can't keep paying for those choices with my entire life. Her mother was crying now. So what now? You just abandon us? No, but I'm not going to destroy myself to save you anymore. I'll help, but on my terms, not yours. You've changed. That girl, that roommate, she's poisoned your mind. No, Mommy. She showed me what I already knew, that I deserve better than this. Her mother was quiet. Then, don't bother coming home for semester break. You are not welcome here. The line dead. Kemi stared at the phone shaking. Zainab sat beside her. Are you okay? No, but I will be. A message from her brother. Mommy told me what you said. I'm angry at you, but I also get it. I'm tired too, Kemi. Can we talk? Just us? A crack in the foundation. Small, but there. Kemi typed, yes, let's talk. From Auntie Ngozi, your mother called me crying. She'll come around. Give her time. In the meantime, if you need anything, I'm here. Kemi's chest loosened slightly. We need to make a decision, Zainab said. About the money, about what comes next. The agent, is he legit? I looked him up. He's represented big names. Are you saying we should do it? I'm saying we have options. We could take the money and disappear. We could keep the channel and build it. We could walk away entirely. But whatever we choose together. Kemi thought about the messages, the girls who felt less alone, her mother's anger, the gossip that would follow her, the money, the freedom it could buy, and herself, the girl she'd been, silent, shrinking, suffocating, the girl she was becoming, messy but finally visible. I want to keep going, Kemi said. Really? But differently. We make it consensual. We pay people for their stories. We build something that helps. That will cost money. Then we use what we've made. We invest it back. We turn this ugly beginning into something that actually matters. Zainab smiled, genuine this time. You're serious? Completely. Even if your family never forgives you, even then, I can't control whether they forgive me. I can only control whether I forgive myself. They spent the day planning guidelines for content, consent forms, payment structures, mental health resources. They reached out to the agent. They created a fundraiser for girls in situations like theirs. And they recorded another video. Calmer, more intentional. They acknowledged the criticism, owned their mistakes, announced the new direction. We're not perfect, Kemi said. We hurt each other. We made complicated choices, but we're trying to do better. And we're inviting you to do better with us. This isn't just our story anymore, Zainab added. It's ours, all of ours. Every girl who's ever felt invisible. This space is for you. They ended. You don't have to have it figured out. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to keep going. One day, one choice, one truth at a time. They uploaded it. The criticism still came, but so did the support. Over the next few weeks, things shifted slowly. Kemi's mother didn't call, but her brother did. They talked for hours, both crying, both admitting they were tired of pretending. Not forgiveness, but a stack. Auntie Ngozi sent money. For you, not anyone else. Just you. The ex-boyfriend sent a long message. Kemi deleted it without reading. The channel grew. The book deal? They took it, on their terms. Kemi still sent money home, but less, and only when she could afford it. She still struggled, still had panic attacks, but she was lighter, freer. For the first time, she belonged to herself. 3 months later, Kemi and Zainab sat on their
Zainab,
balcony
can you believe we're
watching the
finally here?
sunset.
It feels surreal. I
Do
know,
you
after
regret
everything
it,
we've been
Kemi
through, this
asked.
piece is everything. We
Which
made
part?
it.
All of it. I regret hurting you. I regret the way it happened. But I don't regret where we ended up. Me neither, as messed up as that is. We're a mess, but we're an honest mess. They clinked their water bottles. To honest messes, Kemi said. To survival, Zainab countered. To us, they said together. And for the first time in a long time, the future didn't feel like a cage. It felt like a door, cracked open, letting in light. Kemi and Zainab's story didn't end with easy answers or perfect reconciliation. It ended the way real life does, messy, ongoing, and uncertain. But here's what they learned. Sometimes survival requires betrayal. Sometimes freedom requires loss. And sometimes the people who hurt you are also the ones who show you how strong you really are. They learned that telling the truth doesn't fix everything, but it does give you the power to decide what comes next. They learned that family can disown you, and you can still build a life worth living. And they learned that sisterhood isn't about never hurting each other. It's about what you do after the hurt, when you're both standing in the wreckage deciding whether to rebuild or walk away. They chose to rebuild, not into what they were before, but into something new, something stronger, something theirs. If you're reading this and you see yourself in their story, if you're drowning in family pressure, suffocating under expectations, or carrying weight that was never yours to carry, know this: you are not alone. Your pain is valid. Your survival matters. And you deserve better than the life you're settling for. It won't be easy. The people you love might not understand. They might be angry. They might walk away. But you'll still be here, still breathing, still worthy. And that's enough. That's more than enough. That's everything. The next story goes even deeper. Watch it now. Please don't forget to subscribe and like. If you learned something from the story, please share your thoughts in the comments. Your contributions help us to create more amazing stories like this.